Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good.
So you could see my screen right now?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Okay.
Yeah. So just a little bit about us. We're a training company. We were founded back in 1985 by three former Intel employees. So we've been around for about 40 years. Um, and in 2019, we acquired a company called Cloud Academy that it's a technology learning platform. So the main thing that we're bringing to market is four things. One is um, good training. We have over 450 instructors in-house,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is kind of unique in the training space. Most training companies outsource or crowdsource their training instructors. The other thing we do is we tailor heavily. We customize whatever you're trying to learn, and we could provide both instructor-led as well as self-paced learning, digital blended learning. So we could, any way that you want to learn, we could work with you. We have like 11 or 12 offices all over England and Scotland. And over the past few years, we've opened up an office here in North America. We're based in Manhattan. Yeah, I've been with the company about 5 years. And so what you could see here is our catalog. We have courses that cover AI, project management, service management, digital marketing. We also cover lots of certifications, so ISO certifications, ITIL certifications, CompTIA, and then of course all the different cloud providers, Amazon, Azure, Google. Um, and then if you scroll down to the very bottom of the page here, um, for free, you could take a look at our library right here, Browse Library. And this is our online library. And even though I'm logged in, you'll see the same thing even if you're not logged in. So our library is public, and you could browse the library and you could see all the different learnings that we have. Lots
Mm-hmm.
of stuff on AI, software development, digital marketing, leadership. So yeah, we even have some things on sustainability, sustainable marketing practices, sustainable AWS data management, sustainable monitoring in AWS, cost and sustainability for databases. So that is also a focus of ours. And of course, AI is something that we do quite a bit. We have uh, certified AI instructions, so Microsoft, Amazon, Google AI certifications, and our labs are probably our best area that you could look at here. So whether it's when you spin up a lab, um, we have like thousands of accounts that we own that are Azure accounts or AWS accounts or Google accounts, and we instrument the account. And when you move from one step to the next step, we make sure that you're actually doing that step. We don't let you just press next, 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 So, and then we also track your knowledge and monitor your progress, and we give you like awards so that you could see how your skill growth is growing. These are some of the analytics that we track on the back end. You could see um, how many labs different people in your company took, how many quizzes, how many resources. You could also see uh, different yeah, skill assessments. So you could assess just a particular skill, let's say AI skills, and you could see how people are doing in that particular area. One of the things that's unique about the platform is what we call skill profiles. So what you'll see here is this is like an overall knowledge list of areas. So Amazon, Google, Azure. But then you could also drill down and say, okay, these people know Google. What do they know in Google? And then you could say, okay, I need my best networking guys. You could see the skill growth rate, how they're improving in their skills, and then you could also select just your top guys, like who are your best people that know networking for Google because of this type of analytics. So the back end for the administrator is just as powerful as the front end. Yeah. Did you have any questions, or is this something that you think
Awesome.
might work to help what you're trying to do?
Yes. I have a couple questions. So I can
Mhm.
see this platform can be very useful for both practitioners, especially business practitioners, and then it can be very helpful for employers as well. So for practitioners, they're taking the courses, and then for the employers, they have a very good monitor platform to see the skill sets of these practitioners. Could you give
Hmm.
us some examples of the partnerships with some of the employers, especially I think nowadays with the
Hmm.
AI, they're looking for a lot of opportunities to upskill and also
Hmm.
reskill their employees. So I can
Hmm.
see the platform will be very helpful for them. So that's why
Hmm.
I'm trying to understand a little bit more.
Yeah, some of the partnerships we have are for nonprofits. We work very closely with a lot of hospitals like St. Jude and other like nonprofit organizations. You could see a list of our case studies here on the web page. You could see some of them are listed here, like Apple, Microsoft, Walmart. But you could click view all case studies,
Hmm.
and you could see all the different case studies that different companies that we've partnered with and how we've helped them.
Hmm.
Um, so so this is something that if there's specific areas that you're looking for, if you tell me I'm working with this particular company and they're in this vertical, I could try to select case studies that are related to that.
Hmm.
But for example, for Apple, we were helping them with training on generative AI, on AWS storage, and with Kubernetes.
Hmm.
And so we were helping them save, roughly $50 million on return on investment because they were able to improve their efficiency. So we have similar types of case studies the other thing we do in England is we have what we call apprenticeships, and those
Hmm.
are like government sponsored sort of internships. Um, yeah. So I think if there's a particular area that you want to discuss with me, I'm also supported by our different experts. Our
Hmm.
portfolio is split into 13 areas, and we have a lead portfolio director for each area.
Hmm.
So, like Andy is in charge of software, David
Hmm.
does data and AI, Emma
Hmm.
does digital marketing. So, if there's a particular focus that your customer has, we could
Hmm.
meet and I could pull one of these experts in, and they could recommend, what would be the best either self-paced learning or instructor-led learning, or maybe even a blended, learning of both instructor-led and self-paced.
Hmm. Awesome. And then for the practitioners or the
Yeah,
students of the platform, what
yeah.
they found like the most useful features of the platform, because you're talking about that the platform help
Hmm.
them to track and also
Yeah,
own their own learning journey.
correct.
So yeah, I just wanted to
Yeah,
see in general what is the most helpful they've been finding from the
yeah.
practitioner side. Hmm.
Yeah, from the practitioner side, there's you could track your skill growth in different areas. You could see recent activities. You get like you could do skills based learning. So we have what we call a smart skill. So this starts out with an assessment, and then based on how you perform in the assessment, it's only going to assign you the knowledge that you need.
Hmm.
One of the complaints I hear often from practitioners is they don't want to be told things that they already know. They don't want to have to sit through a lesson that they already know. So what we do here is we dynamically create a lesson based on where your gaps are, rather than trying to give you instruction that you don't need. And so
Hmm.
and then we also provide on the back end for the manager and also for the student how much time they saved. So for example, this beginning class, provisioning AWS infrastructure, is an hour and 41 minutes.
Hmm.
If in the assessment you're able to demonstrate that you understand how to provision AWS infrastructure with Terraform, you could skip that, and then that's an hour and 41 minutes of time saved.
Hmm.
So so it's very easy for us to demonstrate the return on investment.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and what I do here, I could just give you a little bit of an example of
That would be great.
what my focus is. I'm in the consulting team, and I help curate learning paths. So I've been working in many different industries for many years, and I know enough
Hmm.
about different areas to be able to understand what the learning needs are and curate a custom learning path as needed. Like I mentioned, one of the things that are unique about our platform is the way that we track skill growth. Normally, most learning platforms are only assessing scores that are derived from assessment questions. So you answer a number of questions correctly, you get a score. One of the things that we do that's unique is our scores are also built by the completion of hands-on labs. So there's an experiential aspect here that because some people test well, but some people also, don't test well. Some people just know how to do the job, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and they may not perform well in a multiple choice exam. So we could
Mm-hmm.
factor for that, and our hands-on labs are great for demonstrating skill growth and actual experiential knowledge, not just if you could take a test well. You know, um, our content is built in four parts. One is it's regularly updated. A lot of times you'll see this pop up that says this content has been updated to let you know that there's been an update to what you're viewing. Um, we work at least 25% of the time on providing those updates with new features. We also
Mm-hmm.
look at like what's cool out there, what's new. A good portion of our content is built based on customer requests.
Mm-hmm.
So like you might ask for more content on sustainability, you know. Um, and then we also look at data insights on the job market to see, what are people gravitating towards as practitioners. We have different teams that build the content, and we go through sort of like a movie production. So we go through design, animation, we build videos. We have a team that builds labs. We have a team that focuses exclusively on building exams. All of our exams are built based off of a large pool of questions. So when you take the same exam twice, the
Mm-hmm.
next time you take it, you're going to get different questions. If you
Mm-hmm.
answer two questions correctly, the next question will be more difficult. If you answer two questions incorrectly, the next question will be easier. So there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of intelligence and machine learning that goes into how we build the exams. And we actually have a few patents that we've built here. Most of the people on this team are doctorate degree data analysts and data scientists. So this is, I think, one of the strongest areas besides the labs. And we also support our customers with a customer success manager, a support team, and operations team. So if there's any issues that you have somebody that you could contact and help you. Um, we go
Awesome.
through yeah, we go through content reviews and updates with we update the graphics, the animation, the editing, the scripting, and these are all the different areas that our portfolio is focused on. And like I mentioned, we have experts in each area that manage that particular area. Did
Awesome.
you have a
And
question?
yes, so for the you have been mentioning about how effective the learning experience could be for students,
Hmm.
and
Correct.
especially helping them to yield the ROI on learning. I just
Hmm.
wanted to understand a little bit. Definitely, there are wide varieties of the courses, but how does the learning cycle looks like end to end, and how long does it take? So, for example,
Hmm.
I am a student. I have zero knowledge about one maybe
Hmm.
project management. Then now I was like an engineer before. Now I'm trying to get
Hmm.
into this field. How long on average does it take for me to actually showcase that I have the skill sets in front of employers and then they think that I'm qualified for
Right.
the job, getting me to the
So
next level of my career?
yeah, I think there's two approaches you could take. One approach would be to start with what we call cloud certifications. So an AWS or a Microsoft or a Google certification. We have these all. We cover every certification from these top three cloud providers. So, for example, if you wanted to become an AWS solutions architect, this is the course. You could see at the bottom here, it's a 71-hour course. So it probably takes about 2 or 3 months to complete, depending on how much time you're able to give it. It has 11 lessons, 17 exams, 22 hands-on labs, and let me open it up for you so you can see what it looks like. Um, so this is an example of a learning path, and as you're going through this, like this says it's a 3-hour lecture. It's actually broken into micro learning. So each one is a lesson that's only 3 minutes or 2 minutes or 12 minutes. So you don't have to sit through the entire 3 hours. You could just start with the first video. When you have time, continue on to the next video. We also have a mobile app, so you could take this on the road with you if you're exercising, if you're going for a walk. You could listen to the audio, you can watch the video, and then you can come back to your desk and do the labs. Um, so that's how our lessons are built. Our labs are also in here. When this says up to an hour, that's just the time limit that we put on the lab, but most people complete labs in half the time. So the experience of building this lab, for example, may only take 15 minutes or half an hour. When you get to the very end of the learning path here, um, This is the certification preparation, and you'll see it's a 2-hour exam because this is intended to be a mock exam of the actual certification. So if you're able to get like 70% or more multiple times on this exam, you should feel confident that you can go take the actual exam with the proctor from Amazon and get this certification. And then you could list it on your resume and say that you are certified as a AWS Solution Architect Associate. And that's one way that you could help yourself as a practitioner sort of move into a new career, is to get a certification. Another way is we have job role paths. So for example, let's say you wanted to become a cloud architect, and you really wanted to learn everything that the job requires, not just get the certification. So we've broken that career path down into skills for junior, mid, and senior. So you could actually move through your career and you could enroll in different skills. And each one of these skills works the same way I described before, where you take an assessment and it only assigns to you the training that are your gaps. So this is a much quicker way to go through similar training. It's not focused on a certification. It's focused on simply building your knowledge. And that's why we build out those job role paths and those skills. We have like over 100 different smart skills that start with an assessment, and then based on that, it assigns training in different areas. Does that answer your question?
Yes, and
Okay.
perfect. And then just one
Yeah.
question about the course side. So AI and then everything is like changing very fast and changing by daily
Mhm.
basis. And then people really wanted to catch up. And then want the latest and then the newest contents. I wanted to
Yeah.
see in terms of like renewing the contents, how does that cycle looks like, and where we can
Yeah.
find the latest and most like
Yeah.
relevant, yeah, courses.
So, the cycle is built into our content roadmap, where every month, almost every 2 weeks, for things that are updated quickly, like for example, Microsoft Copilot is a very popular AI tool. That type of content we update almost every 2 or 3 weeks. Other content like Java that doesn't change that much, or Python, which is like a programming language that doesn't change that much. So that might take longer, but this is kind of our content roadmap, and the way that we do, we're constantly reviewing and updating our content, not just
Mhm.
the script and the training, but also the graphics and the animation. We have a whole team that focuses on that. What you'll see is that if you start a particular course, um, you'll get a pop-up that looks like this. It looks like this image here. This content has been updated. So you might start taking a course, and then 2 weeks later, you get this pop-up that says this content has been updated. So that way you know that you're getting the latest
Mhm.
and greatest. Um,
Awesome.
the other way that you could look at it is if you just push enter on the search, there's a drop down here for the most recent, and you could see the most recent content that we added. So this is the content that we've added to the platform as of yesterday or the day before. You could list all the courses. So for example, we just added a course on AI and the future of search, data governance, ethics and risk management in AI transformation for leaders, ethical design and tooling for agentic systems. So these are the types of things that I think are relevant for you, because we do deal with ethics, we do deal with sustainability, and I think there could be a good overlap in what you're looking for and what we could provide to help your companies.
Awesome. And then one last question. I know
Mhm.
the company is also paying a lot of attention to social responsibilities as well, especially on the showcase. Could you also like walk us through a little bit on that side?
Yeah, from a social responsibility perspective, our company is very, because we're in the learning field, we do a lot to sort of provide that, and deliver that back uh, to society. We partner largely with the UK government because they have this very large apprenticeship program where every company is levied like 5% in taxes, and they make that back, like they're given money that they could use towards training. So that's one of our big learning solutions, is working with partnerships, um, and that's a major focus for us. So if you look here, we do a lot of work in the public sector, helping municipalities. We work with the National Health Service, various educational services. So that's really a major focus for our company. I mentioned the apprenticeships as well, and yeah, we're always looking for new things that we can do that would help society, not just being in the learning profession. What do they say that um, if you give a man a fish, he's going to eat for a day, but if you train a man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime, right? I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat fish, but I when I was younger, I used to, and I remember how fun it was to go fishing. So, anyways,
Mm. One last
yeah,
question now I
yeah.
hear. So what would be your advice for the practitioners who wanted to learn?
Yeah, I would say that they can get started. Let me share my screen again. One of the things that we have here at the very bottom of the page, if you look here, let me log in again just a second.
Mhm.
I'll make sure I give you the right experience here. So at the bottom of the page, it shows self-paced learning, and if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see the pricing. So for an individual practitioner, it's only $33 a month for unlimited access to everything we have. Very reasonable pricing. And then for enterprises, I could put you in touch with our account management team, and we could kind of define what your needs are based on how you need to manage teams, track progress. We could tailor the courses to you, create custom learning paths. We have a success management team that helps you roll out and engage with your learners, and then we also do single sign-on to integrate our platform into your corporate environment. So this is more focused on organizations and companies, and this is sort of our pricing model for individual practitioners.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for joining us, Noah. This is super
yeah,
helpful.
yeah, absolutely. I wish you success and hope to stay in touch. And if there's anything we could do to support your training needs, let me know.
Awesome. Thank you.